This is Space Marine Captain Victor Salazar, captain of the 3rd chapter of the Salamanders. I've been asked to investigate a Xeno infestation. At the request of Lord Inquisitor Cripman, I've come to the Octarius system. I've brought with me my expedition force of the Lion's Talon. The Inquisitor seems to believe that this Xeno threat is greater than any Xeno threat he has seen before. But I laugh at that. All Xenos are to be crushed beneath the Space Marine boot. None of them deserve any special consideration, any special trepidation. They all will fall before the Space Marine.
Alright, so you can see we got orcs versus space marines. We're getting a little bored of orcs and Tyranids all the time. So, the background is that this orc force had lost a battle against a bunch of Tyranids, and now we're just running away. Remnants like this probably have 3 kill against, but 2 were destroyed. A couple orcs died, and there's a couple knobs and a war boss in a battle wagon just fleeing from the battle. And what we got here is the Space Marines from Strike Force Lion Talons have dropped down from Lord Cripman's request to cleanse the area of Tyranids. But as you can see, there's no Tyranids here, so they were expecting Tyranids but found orcs, and either way they will kill Xenos happily. But there are still Tyranids lurking about. And so why don't you tell us what's in your army?
Okay, for me, I actually have 1,600 points. It's just a kind of odd number, but anyway, I have a group of Devastators. 1 has a plasma cannon, 2 have missile launchers, and 1 has a las cannon. Have a group of 5 scouts. They do have camo cloaks. 1 has a missile launcher, 1 has a plasma pistol. A group of assault terminators, 3 thunderhammers, and then 2 guys with the lightning claws. A group of tactical marines with a scout. You know, just normal Space Marines. This is a dreadnought, and he has a heavy flamer and a plasma cannon. This is a rhino. It has a storm bolter with it. Another group of scouts here. 1 has a missile launcher, and does captain have some, or sergeant has a combi melta. Combi melta. In reserve, actually, I have this.
Tell them about the new tech marine.
Well, this is just a tech marine guy. I had an extra captain, just kind of fixed him up to have some, like a servo harness on him with different little pincer arms and servo harness, I guess. Has a little couple guns and things on there, but just something. I had some extra pieces, put them together. So I've always wanted to get a thunder cannon, but you know, I kind of like the tech marine. It's kind of cool. But anyway, in reserve I have a drop pod, and I have a dreadnought, and then the Space Marines with the captain inside the drop pod. So,
and the Captain Salazar.
Oh yeah, Captain Salazar. He has a power sword. He has artificer armor, and let's see. I should have a chaplain. I forgot to put my chaplain, but he's actually on my. I have to position my chaplain, but that's my group, and I'll go ahead and sign off here, and we'll talk about the results in a minute. Okay, this is just a quick recap to really talk about it. Let's explain exactly what I do have. I do have a chaplain. He's going to run with those Terminators. And to clarify, I have these Space Marines inside the Rhino, and I have the Dreadnought inside the drop pod. And that is basically the entirety of my force, and we'll come back in a second. Okay, end of Space Marine's turn. I went ahead and shot my Devastators at the battle wagon. Nothing happened. I think they made it so it could not shoot, but not what I was looking for. These guys, the scouts, they shot a cannon, missile launcher actually, at this group of orcs. Maybe killed one. These Space Marines here double shot into the orc mob, killed maybe 4. The Tech Marine shot double shots into the orc mob. I think he made both his saves. This guy flamed 2 guys, they died, and then he plasma cannoned another 2 died in that exchange. This guy, these scouts here, they actually shot a missile launcher at the Killacan, did nothing to it, and these guys double shot into the orc mob. All in all, I think about 11 orcs died. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, 19. Yeah, 11 out of the 30 died. In assault, I went ahead and blew up the battle tank. It exploded various times, a lot of times. The explosion encompassed all the guys inside, and my attackers lost a wound on the explosion from the chaplain, and he made all his saves. So that's the end of Volander's turn 1. Now the orcs' turn 1 will come up next.
Alright, end of my turn, moved up my guys. As you can see, as last time, the battle wagon died, so my knobs jumped out, assaulted the Terminators. Orcs got ran down, killed. Only the chaplain and 1 Storm Shield Terminator lived. All my knobs and warboss died. Assaulted the Space Marines, few Space Marines live. Over here, combat tactics made the Space Marines fall back, but I assaulted the tank, blew it up. And then I consolidated forward towards them. So now it's going to be Space Marine's turn dose. And we also forgot that drop pods come on the first turn, so he'll just come on just instantly on turn 2. Tyranids everywhere. The sides, the front, the back, everywhere. And in reserve also as well. So, what we've done here used to be Space Marines and Orcs. But as we said, the Tyranids were lurking around and have finally come. What we did was, instead of them walking off the table, because they were chasing the Orc army, we rolled for each one, which would be a 1, they would come off here, a 2 or 3 would come here on this side, a 3 or 4, and a 5 and a 6. Or no, wait, a 1, a 2, 3, a 4, 5, and a 6.
In the back.
And a Carnifex Gene Stealers rolled a 6. Hive Tyrant, Ripper Swarms, Gene Stealers, Unpainted Gene Stealers, and Hive Guard rolled like 4 or 5. Well, all my troops basically just rolled 2 or 3s. And
are you going to explain the rules about how they attack?
How they attack? the closest unit, basically, unless that unit is tied up in combat with another unit, then they have a choice to pick. They basically have feed now. Everyone basically just has feed. And because of such predicaments on the ground, the orcs and the Space Marines have called a truce. For the time being, though, the orcs will sabotage the Space Marines once the Tyranids are dead, if they don't die themselves.
So what I did as part of the Space Marine turn is I brought in my drop pod, brought out my dreadnought with twin-linked autocannons. He's got a heavy flamer and power claw. These guys decided to stand and fight because they have a lot of blasts and things that they can hopefully thin these ranks of Hormagaunts. These guys moved and then ran to come give aid to these people. The scouts fell back. These guys were still in combat, but again, talking about the truce, they've decided to just, for mutual survival, just to work together momentarily. This dreadnought came up.
Yeah, we just did the Space Marine movement phase.
Yeah, this guy moved up here, and then these guys basically maintain their leadership and shot. Or no, they're going to shoot, and these guys just moved. So that's kind of, that's it right now. So we'll tell you what happens after the turn is over.
Unlikely allies working together fight off an endless tide. Well, orcs basically did nothing in this
shooting
turn, because what we did was Space Marine and orcs turned are now congested to this one turn versus the Tyranids one turn. With my killer cannon over here, try to take some pot shots at the Gene Stealers, did not work out for me. Try to shoot at the Gene Stealers with my other orcs, did not do anything. And the orcs counted for all these guys but 2 Gene Stealers. I assaulted 2 Gene Stealers and killed them with my orcs. And we bring down the Carnifex to 1 wound, kill all the Gene Stealers, and hurt the Hormagaunts a lot over there.
Basically, these guys shot a lot. The Devastators hurt the Hormagaunts. This guy hurt the Hormagaunts, and there's a big blast or a death-dealing missile launcher. These guys actually helped shoot down some of the Gene Stealers with their shooting and with their missile launchers. And like you said, the scouts really did a good job of taking this guy down. And so he's just got 1 wound at this point.
And we've decided that the Space Marine and the orcs help on this side to hold off these guys, while the 2 lonely Space Marines would go to this side. On the Dreadnought, that his arm broke, so that he was being glued.
Yeah.
And the Tyranid's turn, and they get to instantly bring in some of those drop pods, so we react to you with that. Alright, so me and Space Marines just went. Or no, Tyranid just went, I'm sorry. So Tyranids all moved up, and because of the feed, the Tyranids assaulted the Dreadnought, while these assaulted the Devastators. Tied combat. They were in Synapse Fearless, lost 3 guys.
Yeah.
These guys moved forward. Zoanthropes blasted apart destroyed the drop pod. Everyone else moved forward. Over here, Dumamaltai came in, got no wounds for the psychic thing. No, it didn't absorb any lives. But this, my Statics 4, blew this up and killed killed 1 Space Marine in the explosion. Yeah. Guys moved up. Hive Guard blew up the Killer Can, killing 1 Space Marine in the explosion. Leech Essence killed 3 more, so there's only 1 scout. Then Carnifex, Gene Stealers, and Ripper Swarms assaulted him. Got slaughtered by the Gene Stealers. And everything consolidated up. And
that's the dead pile since the Tyranid came in to
add the drop pod. But what I have to say, the only really good thing was that the Dumamaltai did not gain any wounds, and that the Devastators held up. But the Dumamaltai was really bad for the Dumamaltai.
Okay, quick update. Space Marines, orcs went. Basically, the Carnifex was killed. He had 1 more wound. My Tech Marine shot him with the Multi-Melta and killed him. My Space Marines here double shot at the group of 8 gene sealers, killed 5 of them. Here, the orcs assaulted, charged the Doom and Malantine, and were able to take away 2 wounds. Over here, the Hormagaunts that were there, they ended up killing the last of the Devastators. Devastators actually lost by 1, but then they were run down. These guys charged into hell, and they were able to kill 5 of the... Well, actually, they just wiped them all out. And that's about it. Oh, actually, this guy with the missile launcher shot into this group of Hormagaunts, took them out, and blew up 2 of them. He did wound the Tyranid Prime, but it didn't hurt him at all. Over here in this assault, actually whiffed it and did not kill any Termagants, but they're still in combat. And at the end of this phase, methodically, these orcs and Space Marines are working together. They took out the Gene Sealers, they took out the Carnifex. Over here, they took all those Hormagaunts are gone, and hopefully these orcs will take out the Doom and Malantine. But I think there's just too many Tyranids. So we'll see. We'll get to see what the Tyranids do next turn.
All right, so Tyranids end of turn 4. Tyranids moved up here. Tyranids did assault there. Zoanthropes blasted up the scouts, so they're gone. Gene Stealers got last of remnants of Gene Stealers assaulted with the Ripper Swarm. Gene Stealers died. Ripper Swarm survived. A couple guys died by shooting and stuff. Conflict died. Doom and Malantine was killed by the orcs. First time the Doom and Malantine died. Alright, we're back to you with the Space Marines and orcs. Didn't do the last turn for the Space Marines because we don't have a lot of time left to record. But what happened was they killed the Rippers, but then and killed a few more Space Marines, Tyranids over here. But then, so it was Tyranids' turn. They moved up, assaulted, killed the Tech Marine, the Sergeant, and killed these guys. And is eating them.
They took 1 wound away from Captain Salazar.
Alright, and then the Hormagaunts charged the orcs, slaughtered them, and they consolidated towards the Chaplain and the last Lion Talon's Terminator. So we're gonna roll.
This is in the turn 5. Yes. 1, 2, or 3 ends the game.
Yeah, we're just
and Chaplain Horatio and the last.
What's his name?
The last. Storm Guardian gets away, or the Storm Shield guy. And
4.
The game does not end?
Alright, the game doesn't end.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, we're back to you with that.
That's it.
Alright, this is the last battle of the game. So we're just gonna do it live action. So I got my Tyranid Prime. I'll roll first. Tyranid Prime. Got Scything Talons to reroll those 1s. 2 hits, wounds, 1 wound, power weapon, put it on who you're going to put it on.
Okay,
Chaplain has 1 wound.
I know, he has 3, I'm going to put it on this guy. It's a cocked 1.
Yeah, reroll that.
Reroll.
2, Lion Talon falls in the midst of Tyranid. Alright, now I got a bunch of other gaunts to roll.
Roll back.
Roll those 3 dice. Alright. Hit.
Chaplain Horatio's last stand. You got this many more.
Thank you. Alright. I got wounds.
He does have 1 wound.
These aren't all the Hormagaunts, these are just 8 of them. Wounds. Done.
Stun force.
Done. Yes, stun force.
Okay, for a moral victory, if he makes this, he'll be happy. But he made
failed
everything
1.
He dies overwhelmed by the Tyranid horde. And so ends the Space Marines, their arrogance and hubris to think that they could come to the Octarius system and survive.
This had no effect on the Octarius system game.